Hi everyone, this is your host Pearls doing a brand new Let's Play of a new hold that was just released. You can actually see it here in the ticker tape of the DROD platform. It's called The Descent of King Hesper. The term entry point, which is like the header there, is actually kind of the old like code name for the project. It was meant to be like a point for new players to jump into getting into DROD. Like it's supposed to play around with doing puzzles with good interactions and maybe cover all of the things that they can do. So entry point made sense, but it's a huge hold with a ton of architects. It's been in development for about 500 billion years. It was headed by forum member Nuntar, and a whole bunch of DROD veterans have contributed to the making of the Descent of King Hesper, and it's all the buzz right now. And I figured, well, why not? I'll give it a shot as a Let's Play. Full disclosure, this isn't a completely fresh Let's Play. I was a beta tester for some of the later rooms, though that was a long time ago, and there was a demo released and I played that. And when this first came out a little while ago, I played through the first opening like chapter or so. So this isn't perfectly fresh, and you're just gonna have to deal with that. I don't have much I can do about it. Can't really get rid of my memories that simply. I could probably think of a way. Another thing that I'm going to do that's a little different this time is I'm going to leave the music on. DROD has wonderful music, and I would like to see how it sounds in the video if it's distracting or whatever. So we're going to give that a shot. Anyway, The Descent of King Hesper. We're going to see how this goes. In the Silent Woods. This is by 12th Archivist. Classic forum member 12th Archivist. I say classic, but you know, we've been around a while. The sun dipped behind a cloud, throwing a blanket of shadow over the little forest clearing. A soft breeze rustled through the treetops for a moment, and then was still. Only the river kept moving, ripples dipping in a steady rhythm as it rocked itself to sleep. No one had dared to re-inhabit this region, not since the shifting of the earth had caused the west castle of Oist to disappear into the ground, leaving barely a trace. A few outbuildings still stood along the path, slowly fading under the years as the trees grew around them. It was a perfect place to come if you wanted to get away from things and enjoy a few moments of peace. Beathor Budkin was glad of the solitude. Sooner or later, he would have to return to Dugandy, sort things out with the Smite Masters Guild, and decide on the best thing to say to Half to dissuade him from a career as a dungeon exterminator. But for now, he was going to enjoy a holiday. So I believe this is supposed to be like canonically, uncanonically set, like, somewhere like after King Dugan's Dungeon, the original game, and maybe Journey to Rooted Hold. Someone in the comment might correct me, but it's definitely like not meant to be in the midst of whatever happened in like the city beneath and blah blah blah. It's sort of like an interlude. So we'll find out. That looks like the outbuilding of the castle up ahead. I'd like to take a closer look, but I should be careful. Cedric of Blorn came here a couple years ago and never came back. He must have got lost or something. I wonder what happened to him. Okay, so this is just classic DROD fare. I can use my number pad keys to move. Classic. I'm liking that word today. I should probably stop saying it. Did you know that you can double click on Beathor to review all the speech in a room? I feel like that is a well-hidden bit of information. I mean, I've known about it, but I would never have like arbitrarily guessed that. It's just not the kind of game that seems to convey that information, which is okay. Or not okay. It's here now. I had this way to skip the prologue, the first 4 levels. Well, I mean, no collectibles, but there are secret rooms. I mean, we got to do this. So I'll at least take a look at this room. I don't think I necessarily want to skip this. So I like the aesthetics. Good river. A level that feels like an actual level and not just a bunch of disconnected rooms that are, you know, a little hallway between them is always kind of nice. I think I first experienced that kind of feeling in the Goblin Woods of Gigantic Jewel Lost. Here Beathor is talking about blue doors require the entire level to complete, or to open. Or I guess I should say, it requires all the required rooms in order to open the blue door. And rooms can be... hold on. Ah, the first roach. Time for me to get my sword out. Alright. Can I do this? Whew. Okay. So I'm looking around for pathways through the trees because that's what I have to do. And I think I see one. I don't know if this is going to matter. It might. Nope, I lied. It didn't matter. It was just fun. Okay, Q and W rotate the sword. It's interesting how this room is just set up so that you have to do that twice. This little notch here makes it so that you have to at least consider it a couple times. Very, very... I'm going to be like focusing on like what makes a room like beginner friendly or like teaches a concept well. And also commenting if I don't think it taught the concept well, because I have hate in my heart. Checkpoints save progress, though I'm really, really bad at skipping over them. I'm so reactive towards death that I don't actually let myself die. I don't think I actually knew that. If I die and let the death animation continue, you go back to the checkpoint. Maybe I did know that? I thought, interesting. I know that you can restart to it using the R key, but that, you know, I just learned something, or at least I didn't realize I knew something. Alright, now, I see a green door here, which opens when you clear a room, obviously. But this one almost certainly suggests a challenge of some kind. This room has a challenge, of course. Kill all the roaches without turning your sword. Okay. And challenges are optional achievements, sometimes much harder than normal solutions. Don't worry if a challenge is too hard when you first encounter it. You can restore to the main menu and attempt the challenge anytime, so yeah. Let's start... what would be a good position? This seems fine, actually. This particular arrangement seems pretty solvable. No, get out of my way. Spacebar should help with that. Okay. There we go. And I did the first challenge without turning my sword. Strike the orb with your sword. Okay. Backspace, a single move. I don't think there's a challenge in this room, so I'm just gonna kill all the roaches. This little corner here is like maybe a modicum of thinking if you're a new player, because you have to actually back up and kind of demonstrate what has to happen here. Like, you can do this, but like you kind of have to consider that how you go about this matters a little bit. I don't know. You can do that a couple ways. Going out the long way, because who cares about high scores? I think I have high scores turned off for this. What to do? Well, I suggest just checking them all. That seems reasonable to me. Or you can click this door and realize that it is opened by this little nodule over here. Oops. Okay. Easy enough. Teaching me how to parse gate puzzles. They can close doors just as easily as open them. Doors will get closed will highlight red, and doors that are opened are highlighted green. Okay, so this closes all the things. This is fun. So it says if you want to get into this room, you're going to have to avoid hitting all these orbs. It's not an option. If your sword is on their space, it counts as opening the door, or hitting the orb. Just like that, we are done. Hello, what's going on over here? How do I get there? Can I get there? Looks like I sure can. Let me eyeball. This looks possible. Hold on, I think I have to do it from this room, though. Maybe here? Yes. Yes, indeed. This way? What is this? Here lies Argos, King Hesper's favorite dog. Aw, that's cute. He loved looking out to sea. I wonder if that's like a real-life reference. I mean, this game is... This hold has been in development long enough. I'm sure someone has lost a pet. And if that is the case, I'm sorry whose ever pet that was. Because that's the worst. Losing pets is awful. I don't see a passage north here. I'm just going to keep going until I absolutely have to explore for secrets. Okay, so what's happening here? This opens that door. This opens both doors. This opens... Something else happening here that I'm missing? Like, why would I not do this one at a time? Is there a challenge in this room that I didn't see? I guess it's wanting you to stare at orbs and make sensible decisions, which I guess is fair. Okay. Tip. avoid charging blindly ahead. Every trap has its weakness, and sometimes retreat is the best option. Okay? Remember that you have unlimited lives. Simply press R to unwind time and try again. Clear the room without turning your sword. Well, this looks much harder. Let's take a look here if I can't. Ooh, I like this song. It's jaunty. I have a feeling this will be easier to do the not turn your sword thing if I start from this position. I don't know if this is even possible from here. Let me just tinker around with this for a little bit. Doing this room is not going to be hard. Doing this as a challenge without turning your sword and probably will be. I don't... Yeah, if I do this, does this change anything? Yeah, not without turning your sword. And because this is in the exact center of this room, I have a feeling that this needs to be done through some other means. And I have a feeling that I'm gonna reach that through here. There's like why have this down here if it didn't lead somewhere? Where does this go? Maybe this is actually where we're supposed to go. 1 second. Through the woods I go. Okay, so my sword isn't in like a great position here. And I have a feeling that I'm going to have one... Well, that actually makes this kind of hard. Hold on. This orb is conveniently positioned to make this confusing. Let's see if this is possible at all. I was going to say if it's positioned the other way, because this one's actually closer to the left than the other side. I don't know that I can do this super easily. I think I have to have my sword facing, at the very least, north? How possible is that? I don't know that I can... I can't even hit the orb if I'm facing east, so that doesn't matter. I'm gonna see if this is possible. I don't think it is. I'm pretty sure once the roaches fall down there, I have to do it this way. Like, unless I'm really missing. Oh no, I don't. This is possible. Okay. I don't know. So now the question is not necessarily. I don't. Okay, so still not exactly, well, oh no, I can definitely lure the rest of those roaches on the left out. So now let's see if this is possible. This is going to be the mystery, I think, to see if, like, I can get out of here, which I don't think I can from this angle. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to experiment with position. So I have a couple of options. So I have this one, which might... Yeah, I'm allowed to tinker with what's available here. So if I do this definitely feels like I can't do it this way. Like, I don't know how I'm getting out of here. I can't even use this angle, so that's not possible. That one gets me kind of close. But at the end of the day, I'm still kind of stuck. This one doesn't feel like it's close at all. Well, so what the heck? How is this challenge possible? This nothing recloses these, right? Like, it wouldn't matter anyway. So it feels like the best I have is maybe this one. What does that do for me? Now, if I did that, I could reach it, but the sword... Yeah, once I'm in here, I can't turn the sword that way. I would never be able to hit that block. Okay, so there's a possibility, but it's not one I can use. This paper doesn't talk about the other room without turning your sword. I assume that means from the start, like I have to start that way. So what is the secret combo of moves I am missing here? This feels completely wrong. Yes, I feel like this is the closest I have. But he gets to me. Gets to me first. Am I like missing something here? Is there like an extra? I see that this keeps going. But that shouldn't matter. Okay, hold on. A couple things I'm seeing right now that I think I'm being stupid about. That hole at the bottom there actually exists regardless. So if maybe I'm overthinking this and this isn't how the solution works at all. Oh, hello. Hey, I didn't know anyone was living in this forest. Greetings to you. Ah, a traveler, a fountain by your accent. Good day to you. Hey, have you been here long? I have lived in the forest for many years. It is a quiet place, away from the conflicts of life. Conflict? I thought Oist was at peace. Well, yes, but there are always conflicts bubbling up below the surface. Some here in the west don't like being ruled from the east. Me, I don't see the difference. East, west, they're only directions. It's silly to have any preference. Well, you tell that to snakes. Have you seen another smiter from Afelno like me pass through about 2 years ago? I don't remember such a man. He's talking about that Bolus. Pity, one of our smite masters went missing close to here. You don't know what might have happened to him. I don't, but if he went near the old castle, it's dangerous to go that way. Dangerous? How come? Don't ask me. I've stayed here in peace, ignoring the sounds that came from below. Okay, so there's sounds now. But every now and then, in the night, I hear the noise of stone moving far away and far, far down. How can stone move? There are tales older than the forest itself, stone coming to life and walking like men. Yeah, I don't have time for fairy tales. I've got to move on. Nice to have met you. A pleasure. He's not even going to let me in. Okay, so it looks like okay, so stone down below makes me think rock golem, so that's not that surprising. But maybe if this is set before Journey to Rooted Hold, which I think it might be, then Beethor would technically, canonically, never have encountered those yet, which is interesting. Okay. Yeah, I don't see any way out of here. So I think this is just like a fun, like, Easter egg secret. So now we're going to try this again. I think I've misunderstood something. Or at least, I believe I have. So what I did notice is that this does have at least one thing down here I can get out. So I don't know if that can possibly make any difference. So we're going to see if it can. So the best I could do without turning my sword is just one. Well, no, I could do more. I could do more that way. Now, if I... So, okay, a couple things to consider here. It has to do with what is a possible escape route. So if I go this way, I can definitely take care of this problem. But if I do that, oops, oh man. I only have so many options on how many roaches I can get out of the lower left alcove. So let's experiment. So like, what I mean by that is, this doesn't help me. I can't get any more roaches. The best I could do is if I had my sword vertical, and we've pretty much established already how much that's not going to help me. The verticality here doesn't save my life. So the best that gives me is one roach in this orientation that I can get, or in this orientation. I suppose this is also technically one that can work. So the question becomes, does the missing roach at the bottom here make all the difference in the world for escaping this? And my instincts say no, that's not possible. Unless I'm missing something in the woods here, and I don't believe I am. Like, I'm missing something interesting about this challenge here, and that's okay. I'm willing to accept that, but I don't think, yeah, I don't think this saves me at all. Like I can. An interesting one. I'm probably just missing something. I can just walk away for now. Let's complete this room normally, and I will consider a challenge another time. This is interesting. I really thought that I could do something with this angle here, but that really limits how I can get out of this room, or how it seems I can get out of this room. I don't think I can use the orb as an obstacle. I'm sure someone in the viewer in the view now is like, oh my god, he's just the dumbest, and they'd be correct. any of these orientations are fine for escaping, but none of them are really particularly good for helping with this problem. Like, I can't get another one out of here. So, and without one out of there, does this help me at all? No, it doesn't. The extra one doesn't do anything for me that I'm aware of. Do something like that, but again, doesn't help. I don't think, at least. I'll try. No, I'm just missing something. I just don't know what it is yet. I need more out of this bottom area. I thought I could use the bottom thing to do it, but the orientation required prevents me from doing this room, or at least to my knowledge. So we are going to ignore it for now. That is what we're going to do, and do it the proper way. We'll think about this challenge later. Yeah. Interesting. A very, very simple room without that challenge. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Silly roaches can't get past the force arrows. But neither can I. Okay. Being on the lookout for passages through the walls. Or at least see one right now. Press 5 on the numpad to wait. I disagree. I hate waiting. That's why hot tiles exist. In fact, I think all tiles should be hot tiles. Okay. So I see something. I just don't know that it could possibly matter. Like, does this take me someplace useful? It doesn't. This just loops me around. Okay. The river is in the way. I'm thinking about like other entrances to that room with the challenge. It's gonna bug me for the rest. I'm not gonna sleep tonight. Ooh, okay. Blue doors open whenever required room has been conquered. Perfect. I don't know what's in this building, but I am curious. No harm in doing a little exploring. This is the destroyed building or something like that. Destroyed castle ruins. Who knows? It's so dark in here. Good thing I brought a torch. Did you? There. Now let's see what's down these stairs. Oh, that's fun. We're going to not do that. We're going to explore this way first. Because there's stuff to see, it looks like. Hey, a secret room. You have found a secret room. Secret rooms are optional bonus challenges. You do not have to complete them to progress with the story. You can return to attempt them at any time. What is happening here? This will open up this. Okay, so I have to move immediately. So I guess something like this. Yeah, I am a veteran Smite Master, so I know what I'm doing. But that would have been tricky to see, I guess, the first time if you were a new player. You have to do that movement all in one fluid movement so that the roach doesn't get stuck on a force arrow, or at least this force arrow. This one would have been fine, but not the second one. That would have been bad because you would not have been able to leave. Okay, so I think that's everything here. So now the question is, did I forget any secret rooms? I guess it's not entirely impossible that I'd wind up back here for some reason, but this looks like it for now, minus the challenge I didn't know how to do. So we're going to ignore that, because I'm too dumb for challenges. I might, in general, just ignore challenges. They're like, I would consider them a post-game activity for the most part, unless they're like, you know, immediately accessible. They tend to be like more fiddly than I have fun with, and that's fine. They're perfectly fine to allow for fiddliness. DROD is a fiddly game, sometimes. Okay, that was pretty good. Good first level, let you learn about doors and roaches. And some force arrows. I found 2 secrets. Okay. At the bottom of the stairs... Oh, this is the ruined entryway by Moo. Okay. At the bottom of the stairs was an empty chamber, its stone floor cracked and covered by layers of dirt. Here and there, large rocks had fallen and lay on the ground floor gathering moss, but there was still room to step around them. From the chamber, a narrow corridor led away, deeper into the ruins. The light dimmed rapidly as Beethro looked down it. Well, darkness was nothing new to him. Had he not cleared out King Dugan's dungeon, even though it went down far deeper than the king had claimed? It was only natural that, with no one taking care of the place, that it would soon be re-inhabited by monsters. But Beethro was sure that whatever he had encountered would be nothing more than he could handle, especially when he had his really big sword in hand. So, more confirmation that this is somewhere at least post-King Dugan's dungeon, but potentially prior Journey to Rooted Hold. Okay. I'm being assaulted by roaches. Quite a different aesthetic in here. This is like the classic in my head. Like, when I think King Dugan's dungeon, this is the looks like I can't get to that last roach. I guess so. It's kind of stuck here. I'll have to go see if there's a way around. This is like the classic King Dugan's dungeon palette in my head, like this purple, garish color. To whoever finds this note, you are about to enter a most perilous dungeon. Probably you will never return. In case you insist on continuing, I have left some notes that will help you on your quest. Cedric. Oh, Cedric. Okay. A note from Cedric. Then he did come here. It wasn't Bullis, it was Cedric. He's from Bullis. But the parchment is all musty. It must have been some time ago. I wonder what happened. Let's see if I can find more notes. Alright. We're on a quest now to find Cedric. What do we have here? It may not look like it, but there's enough space for a Smite Master to move diagonally through the gap. Classic King Dugan's dungeon problem. This is an unintuitive thing that you can do. Alright, so I have a couple options here. Easy enough. Some walls are flimsy, can be broken with your sword. They sure can. Looking for secrets now. Nothing but a dead end. How disappointing. Some broken walls are secret and hard to tell them apart from normal walls. Secret walls are often used to hide secret rooms. Look out for them. Do you see the crack in the wall to the north? I sure do. And yes, it's hard to see. But this one was technically required to do things. Okay, so I think I can leave now. This is kind of a cute little way of like having you... Actually, I appreciate that this is here. I guess it's not strictly required, but it makes you think about Force Arrows a little bit. I do think this room would have benefited from you thinking about Force Arrows more if this wall right here had been maybe real, so that you're forced to like think about how you can walk across the diagonal here to get off of this arrow, but that's fine. What do we got here? Secrets. Nope, dead ends. Okay. Wow, the whole section of floors come down. And it looks like there's another part of the ruins over there. Don't know if I can get there, though. Okay, so this might be something that happens later. We learned about trapdoors. Well, I guess that's that. Not getting back that way. Looks like there's really no way through. I love trapdoors. They're my favorite mechanic in this entire game. Alright, I think I'm stuck and have to go back for a second. That's odd. I sure remember those trapdoors falling. Okay, that's a cool way to teach that. Did someone come along and put them back? Great. Okay. One of the, one of the interesting conceits of DROD. This is, that's a good way to show that. I appreciate that. So this is trying to teach you that if you cross this trapdoor, you're going to regret it. So, time to lure the roach out. Let's clear this room first. What do we have here? There is a force arrow under this roach. You can right-click on tiles to reveal their coordinates, its coordinates and everything as a list on the tile. So there's a roach. There is a force arrow northwest, which means that he cannot get off of it, and an alternative floor. What's right-click? I always thought Cedric was going a little loopy toward the end. The end. End of what? Okay. We're gonna go out the secret exit and drive everyone who does high scores insane. Okay. Alright, so I have to carve a pattern that lets me not die when I release everything. That seems easy enough. Let's do maybe... let's see if I can do this slightly differently. There we go. I think this will be just fine. Good enough. Is there a secret within a secret here? Good question, but I'll clear the room first. I don't see anything I can... Well, maybe. I don't think any of this actually is anything, but you never know. I guess this is worth taking a poke at. Nope. That looks like to be everything that I can reasonably get to. Okay. Cool. That wasn't too bad. A nice, easy secret. Ah, yes. I did this room, and I had a lot of fun with it. Okay, so the challenge here is kill all the roaches without turning your sword or moving orthogonally. In other words, you can only move diagonally or wait. Which is complicated for this lower area. So let's just do the room normally to show you how simple it is for the most part. You just go down here and just basically kill the roaches. Like, okay. Like, you know, not hard. There, you're done. But to do that without turning your sword, now that is a whole different thing. So we are going to... we're going to try this out. Now, I can't quite remember what the issue is here. So you need to, like, get underneath some of them. I think the issue is that I need to actually be facing vertical in order to pull this off so I can do back swipes. Let's try that. I'm pretty sure this is possible to do. Back swipes feel correct. Did I do something wrong there? Oh, right. There's a part to this that I forgot. I can't turn my sword or move orthogonally. Alright, so... that makes this a lot harder. 1 second. So let's start vertical. Maybe... Let's see here. Okay, so I can do that. Now, this gets harder. Okay, I got kind of lucky that I was on the right polarity to hit this orb. So we're just going to pretend I totally intended to do that. So being against the back wall here is actually somewhat problematic. Okay. Can I get out of here is the real question. I don't know if I can. I probably should have killed that roach up there first. I think it's just kill all the roaches, so let me try something here. Okay, here we go. Same idea. How I exactly pulled this off. I literally just did it and I just immediately forgot. I'm super good at video games. Something like this. I can wait, right? Is that a thing I can do? Oh my gosh. I literally just did this, and I was like, oh, this is... Why don't I just do it again? Huh? Perhaps you... Literally just did this. Can't quite do what I want to do here. I feel like I had a good setup before. What exactly did I try? I just forget. I can do that. And I can almost do what I want to do here. So close. How do I get you into a position I like? What was it? Okay, that's sort of better-ish. Well, maybe. I don't love this. Okay. See, I blocked myself off from getting to the right side, which would make things a lot easier, and I'm wondering if I can find a way to not do that right away. I think the answer is probably no. Man. I definitely need to start from the bottom. I do think this was like the right call in general. There. Use the bottom row. Perfect. Zigzag zone done. I'm out of here. See ya. Apparently that counts. Getting out of the room would have been very hard, I think. Okay. Just as orbs can open or close doors, some orbs will toggle doors, and vice versa. Doors affected in this manner will highlight orange. Okay. So that's fine. Not sure how that affects me just yet. I'm gonna kill some roaches. Let's see here. This door gets opened or toggled by that guy. I don't think there's really any issue here. This one, yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna do stuff. I don't see any reason not to. Waltz in here. Oh, I see. I see. When I hit this, it opens up and I'll just get stabbed in the back. So what I really want this to do is be toggled open while I'm in there. Yeah, let's do that. So then I don't get hit in the back. I see a secret room door. It's fine. Alright, which I'm going to drive everyone insane once again by just waltzing through it. I'm out of here. Okay. Okay, this looks fun. I'm assuming these... Yep. Oh, they're toggles. Okay, so we have a toggle effect here. And... green. For all of them. And you have to... okay. So let's take... I probably have to... Since these toggles makes me think I have to get these roaches in a very specific spot. So let's find out what happens if I just hit the orb. I imagine what I want to do is have them go click, 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 bang, 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 dead. And by the time I get here, I don't think I'll have any more room to... I have to move immediately, yeah. So there's no delaying. So what this means is I have to put these roaches in a place where they will die upon my, like, stepping of where I want them to be. So for the first one, let's back out of here. I actually want him completely all the way to the top. I'm pretty sure. And let's just assume in the bottom one, I think he's right where he's supposed to be. So let's just split the difference here. Maybe one more. That looks good to me. Nice and symmetrical pattern. So let's go step, 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 step. And he doesn't go far enough for me not to get to him. That was fun. Good. To reopen that door. Now I'm off to the races. Further up and further in. Let's see. Okay, lots more orbs, lots more roaches. This is classic King Dugan's dungeon. Like, if I'm thinking I'm a king in Oist or literally anywhere in the 8th, apparently, like, this is just how I made my dungeons. This was the style and the fashion of the time. So this feels weirdly familiar. Maybe a few more broken walls than there usually are, but this is what it's like. Now, my guess here is that I need to just go through and just find stuff. So off I go. Just poke the orbs until everything opens up, looks like. I don't see anything strictly going to stop me. Sure. I do... Well, okay. Does anything strictly close those? Not yet. What opens you? Same one. But it could also be him. Okay. So I think this is what it's trying to have you figure out, is there's this one orb that closes everything, and then you wouldn't be able to leave. But it's really tempting to open it because, one, it's nearby this wall, and so what? You know, trying to be efficient, but you have to hit this one instead so that you are allowed to leave the room without any problems. I can't tell if this little section in the upper right is going to lead me to a secret. It's worth checking, I think. I mean, it doesn't really seem like it, but I was wrong. Excuse me? Okay. Take a sip of tea here. Interesting. Okay, sorry, I'm back. Okay, opens up these, releases a single... I'm imagining I do not want this guy in here. What, do these reclose from something? Okay, so when I open one of these orbs, I want to be able to reclose it as quickly as possible before the roach gets stuck. So that's kind of odd. Do you toggle from anything else? Do you close from anything else? I guess I could... These close all of the orbs, so if I open 2 and then manage to close 1, it's like that would be a way to keep... Wait, do you reclose all the doors? You do, okay. So I do have to go through the reclosing process, otherwise this doesn't work. That's interesting. But nothing, I think, unless... Hold on. Nothing recloses these doors. Okay, yeah, I see a way to do this now. I'm going to start with what I perceive to be... So I can't do that one. I mean, no matter how doing that perfectly, I wasn't close enough. So I think the first one has to be this one. So he gets stuck there. The second one seems like it should be... Like, that's right on the money there, right? Like, this one's so far out of reach. But what I think has to happen here is there's no way I'm getting in there through all these roaches or this tiny door and then closing that again. So what I think has to happen is I have to hit one of these and then re-hit one of the previous ones. And I'm willing to bet it's this one. Okay. Now I just have to... just clear out everything. Okay, that was a pretty cool read the room sort of puzzle. I liked it. Good. Very good. I don't assume I can get out any other way. Back through the weird crumbly wall business. And onward. Okay. Again, messy room, but like maybe not the end of the world. Let's see. So I see... Pretty sure this has to be my opening move. I don't really have much choice, but it does close this, unless this mysteriously goes through beyond where I thought it did, which I'm pretty sure I'm not incorrect about. Okay, so clear out this, and this closes, which makes this for an interesting situation. This opens... Does anything reopen that door? It does. This one gets reopened. And it only gets closed by that guy, so fine, what else do you do, though? You also toggle this... Interesting. So, nothing else untoggles that. So how am I going to get through this passageway? Well, I'm pretty sure I need to hit this once in order to get through into this back area. So this is getting hit mandatory. And this is only closed by this. So I have to solve this puzzle. The fact that these get toggled by anything is interesting. I can do this, re-close it, and now they're on the same polarity as being toggled. So future me is going to thank me. Okay, what's happening here? I need to open this one, and that only gets opened by that guy. What the heck? What? Huh? Am I stupid? Was these opened in some goofy way before and I just didn't realize? That closes that one. What does that matter? Oh, I see. Got it. I locked them down here. And now when I open one of them like that, I'll open the second one later. Perfect. Okay. Clever. Good puzzle. Now I use this. Toggles that door. I'm sad that it... okay, hold on. Oh, this isn't what I thought it was. Interesting teaching that you can... I assume I can get back out of here. You can stand on walls and be safe from roaches while still hitting them because, Anakin, don't try it, you have the high ground. Let's do this. Planning ahead to make sure your sword is well positioned to kill the roach. And now this doesn't matter, I'm free to go. Pretty solid room overall. Okay, there's more to this. I thought I'd loop around right there, but I don't. I keep going. Alright. So this is the end, unless there's a secret room to the right, which there might be. I can't quite tell. So opening move here, looks like I have to do this. What's going on here? Is this a Gates of Bill puzzle? It might be. Let's do some analyzing here. So that gets closed, toggled, opened. Okay. The second one is the only thing that opens. Sorry, this orb here is the only one that opens this second from the right gate and closes the end. So let's start there. That toggles one at the end. What opens you? You're a freebie. You can just do whatever you want. So how do I... Okay, and the end... Okay, so the puzzle seems to be... Yes, I know. I think I kind of want this end one to be closed. Like maybe I'll hit it again, and then when I hit this one, which toggles to both the ends, opens that and toggles that. Perfect. Okay. Let's explore. Just in case there was anything, which I don't believe there was. And okay, that's that. But there's still a room showing up red on the map. This is a good way to teach this sort of interaction, where you can stare at the map, be like, I can't leave because there's a red room. Yep. Good teaching, good teaching. And now I can murder. Okay. I think I have to... There we go. A couple roaches. Should be good. Alright, so now I can leave. There might have been a secret room I missed. There's this sort of area in the upper right that feels secret roomy, but I don't know how else I would have gotten there unless this somehow actually did lead to something. It's bordered by 2 secret rooms, so it makes me think it's less secret roomy than I thought, but it doesn't mean it isn't one. I don't see anything in here. And this corner doesn't look like it would have led to anything important, because this one led to the secret room to begin with. This I already explored this for a secret room, doesn't mean I didn't miss anything, but we're gonna just assume this is complete. So that was 2 secret rooms. Okay. Call it good. Why not? Oh wait, I found 3 secret rooms. What was the first one? Anyway, I'll check in a second. Winding Passage, created by Bomber50. The silence of the woods was a long way behind Beethro now, and he was surrounded by familiar and comforting noises, the chirruping of roaches as they fed themselves in dark corners, and the squeaking of gears and pulleys, the operating system that controlled the doors of the dungeon, as they waited for their activating pressure plates to be called into service once more. Even after many years of abandonment, this was still a dungeon. The old urge drove Beethro onward. Whether he was being paid or not, he would not be satisfied until he had cleared every room of monsters and found the way to continue down, if such a way still existed. Okay. We are now in a more recent-ish tile set. I say that as in like just slightly beyond what I imagine King Dugan's dungeon to use. I do want to see, where was that third secret? Which one was it? That was a secret, that was a secret. Oh, this one down here, I'm dumb. Yeah, so this entire corner was a secret. Alright, so 3 secrets found in that one, and 2 secrets found in that one, so 5 total. Let's just cancel out of this. Okay. Remember, if you get stuck or the room becomes unsolvable, press R to try again. Okay, so this room, I believe, is teaching about vertical preference of roaches, which is a very important fundamental thing to comprehend about most monsters in this game, is the vertical preference. Like, and what that means is, like, as they hit a corner and they need to go for you or towards you, like, what do? Do they go this way or do they go this way? And in every instance that they can, for most monsters, they will have vertical preference. It doesn't specifically spell that out here. I think it's up for the player to sort of like realize what's happening here. I wouldn't have minded a scroll that says like pay attention to how the roach chooses on corners, but that's what it's there for. This is meant to be deductive reasoning, I suppose. It's interesting how much vertical preference almost never shows up in the original King Dugan's dungeon. It just wasn't that kind of game. Okay, so where do I want him to land? What's happening here? Oh, I see. I have to set up the orbs in such a way that they toggle towards what I prefer. So where do I want, when I'm in here, I need the roach to make it to this spot. So naturally, and it looks like I only get to choose one set of orbs to maneuver here. So if I choose to do nothing, he's going to go down this way, which means I have to go into this set anyway to change these around. And once he reaches this set, he would normally choose to go south, and I'm pretty sure that's bad for me. So I'm going to toggle that so that when he gets here, he continues over this way. And the same thing here. This actually, I lied. I totally lied. This really, okay. This is a vertical preference room, but it's like not all the way. That decision gets made, and then the rest of these follow suit. That's not really vertical preference. They're super, whatever. It's the middling ground of vertical preference. I'll give it. I'll give it up. Okay, now we're learning about pressure plates, which wasn't an element that came around until The City Beneath, the third entry in the series, though it's so critical that I guess it's worth discussing right now. Alright, so what happens here? I have 3 toggle pressure plates. I'm going to use this first one to go in here. Okay, so these are the ones that they activate once. These activate only upon pressing down, which is why they have the down arrow. But they do reactivate if pressed again. Very interesting. Okay, so I'm going to start there. I guess that's for the player to sort of also deduce out, like, what do these different kinds of platforms do? So this will now allow me to toggle that 3 times and not worry about it. Then I have this last one, which activates its effect upon touching and releasing. Okay. Ooh. I assume all of this does something I don't want it to do. Sure enough. Through the not bomb maze I go. Looks like this way. Just get your finger dexterity going right here. Good enough. I don't see any secret rooms, so I'm gonna keep walking. Winding passage, okay. Okay, so step once. Don't want him stuck ever. Am I missing something here? Oh, it's a close. Okay, that really changes things. Got it. Do you get moved by anything? You get toggled by the one above, which is what I want. And what else do you do? Yes, perfect. Okay. But I have to stay on it because this teaches like that interaction pretty. Oops, too close. A thing here that's to observe that I think is an interesting interaction. Pressure plates reset slowly. So even though B-throw moved first and the roach moved, B-throw moving first, I guess the pressure plate takes its turn like dead last. So the roach gets to move first and therefore it doesn't actually do anything. Again, not spelled out, but is an interesting interaction in this game. This would trap him, so what opened you? You do. What opens you? You do. Okay, so I assume this toggles everything. Good enough. And making monsters step on the pressure plates is classic DROD puzzle. Okay, so I assume this just toggles everything in the room here. Yep, alright. And I would like to have him never get stuck, so I have to keep moving around. Interesting. This is a vertical preference problem. Good enough. So this is also interesting with what just happens here. And this is a classic DROD situation where you have to kind of deduce like the timing of stuff. And I only have a few minutes left in this video, but it's worth discussing in case you're like a new player and want to watch King Hesper and somehow you're watching me. Before I just said that like pressure plates are slow, but they're only slow in one direction. They're slow to unspring. So me stepping onto this pressure plate, that is the first turn, and therefore its effect happens immediately. But the stepping off, that turn happens last. So that's an interesting little interaction there. Was there a challenge? You were probably expecting this note to explain what the red door does. However, I think it's about time you started working these things out for yourself. That's the easiest thing to figure out in this room. A lot of this is, I mean, you didn't need to know all that information to, like, solve this. You can just sort of, like, finagle your way through that. That grubby so-and-so. I'm not sure I care anymore whether I find him or not. Hold on, I missed it. No, that's no way for a smarter to think. We gotta stand up for each other. That's right, you got union dues or whatever. Press shift to lock a room. On or off. Room lock stops you from leaving the room by mistake for solving a puzzle, though, if, Treacle Stew taught me anything that's not exactly true. There's some sort of bug with that right now. I think it's getting fixed. I think I will do this room and stop the video. So I need to decide on which way I want the roach to go. And interestingly, I'm pretty sure it's not this one first. So I have to... if I were to unleash this door first, it would drop down and get into a position I could not escape from. This way... I can. He will go away that I vastly prefer. Now, I'm pretty sure... What are my options here? I'm pretty sure this is the one I want. It's easy enough. Oops. And I appreciate them, like, reminding you, like, oh, they teach about locking, and they also teach about unlocking, but, like, inherently. It's kind of cute. Okay, so we're going to stop here. So this has been the Descent of King Hesper so far. I will probably record a few more of these videos today since I have some downtime for once, and I'm excited to keep going. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed it so far. I'm excited to like get past what I've already done and then start working on some new stuff. This has been your host Pearls. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.